Okay, folks, so today we've decided to take a second shot at some of the simulcast videos that we put up from last week.
And by that we mean all of the simulcasts that are currently up that have a second episode.
Yeah, basically. So Gia was big on Hero Man. She was interested in the second episode more than I was, and I was digging...
Ichiban no Shira no Daimao.
the thing that translates into Demon King Malarkey. So I watched the second episode. So okay, Hero Man. What I want to know is how much more Stan Lee is in it, and does he ask for more coffee?
There's no Stan Lee in episode 2. Stan Lee does not appear, but Doc Brown. Doc Brown totally brings aliens that try to... No,
for Professor Denton.
Yeah. He totally brings aliens that look like cockroaches. Actually, I was sitting there, and instead of making me think of Back to the Future, the aliens make me think of, like, they belong in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So a remote control robot with blue lightning is fighting.
And we do learn, I know this was something that bothered you, the button that Joey gets to mash, the X button, its function basically comes into being from his brain. Because he unintentionally, he's sitting at home staring at the robot being like, oh man, this destroyed my wall, what am I gonna do now? And he actually pushes the buttons on the controller and it starts to transform again, because obviously it would be a great idea for it to transform again and destroy his home. But he sits there and he's like, no, stop, and eventually his thoughts get through to the robot, so...
I'm waiting for the casual interpretation. If it comes from his brain, it's like, man, I have to poop right now. I'm not gonna do it.
That'll be fun. But the aliens are called Scrugs. S-K-R-U-G-G.
Are they green and do they shape change?
We have not. They do have green skin. We do not know if they shape change. They wear giant cockroachy-like armor. So yeah, but if you didn't catch the reference, they're pretty big. Okay. Yeah, they're like probably twice Joey's size. He's kind of small.
Joey.
So not twice the size of an average human, but pretty big. If you didn't quite catch what John is referencing, the particular variety of alien baddies that
from the Marvel
appears in, particularly I think I associated with X-Men, are the Skrulls. S-K-R-U-L-L-S.
I believe they're more of a Fantastic Four, I think.
I never read or watched the Fantastic Four, so screw 'em.
Brooder more the alien X-Men thing.
Biff, the older brother, was kind of interesting this episode because he like runs over to the aliens, and for some reason I started to think that, oh man, maybe he's gonna actually be kind of a good guy. That'd be kind of cool.
Then he started worshiping them and he joined their cult.
No. That's El Hazard. Totally different. God. No, Biff runs over, sees the aliens, thinks this is really cool, runs over, watches Joey fight the aliens, and Joey also saves his sister. This is the thing Joey does without the robot. Lena goes flying thanks to a burst of wind, although she's more concerned with whether her
Lena. Oh, that's the cheerleader?
Yeah. And so she goes flying, and Joey runs out of the big blue bubble that Hero Man put up to protect him, and saves Lena with his own 2 arms. And Biff's like, you fuck. Dare you save my sister?
Only I get to save my sister from impending doom.
It was a little weird.
Giant grateful
aliens came, and a little kid, even a kid I hated, saved my sibling from the aliens. I'm just saying, I'd give the kid a break that day.
Dude, the guy had a movie deal in the works. He was gonna have this great book that was gonna come out called My Sister, I Hardly Knew Her. And all this just went up in smoke when this punk-faced kid saves it, ruining the book deal.
Right. There is one other thing I'm going to throw out, and that is the fact that Joey gets a transformation sequence. Granted, only his arm transforms, but he brings out the device that turns into his arm control thing, and it just goes big, shiny, and sparkly and stuff. It's
okay.
Hilarious.
So magical schoolboy transformation sequence, awesome. I'm game. What is the likelihood that we're going to get some sort of more transmogrification? Is he gonna get like a full suit at some point? You think it's gonna grow?
I doubt it at this point, and honestly, I would guess that his participation in battles is mostly gonna be narrating and hitting a button from the side. For the most part, I could be surprised. They've clearly addressed it because they did have him save Lena, so I mean, maybe they'll surprise us. I kind of doubt it. It's super cheesy. I don't think I'm going to be able to recommend this to the general audience, but if you're the kind of person who can sort of dig like a kid's cartoon, there you go.
Hero Man, go fight him!
Alright.
No, stop losing! No, I said stop losing! I'm helping!
Moving on with our lives. Alright, tell me about Ichiban Uchiha no Daimao. I was a little worried about whether the main character is going to end up spending the entire series just like whining about not wanting to be a Demon King. Does episode 2 change that up at all? And granted, I mean, that's earlier than I would necessarily expect.
Really? Well, this one's still kind of the aftermath of the first one. You pick up right at the end of the first episode that had
With
things
the
explode.
additional crazy chick?
With the additional
The hot,
crazy chick.
crazy redhead?
Hot, crazy redhead. And
Is she still crazy?
Yes, and she's naked for the entire episode. She's invisible,
Sold. I'm gonna
but
watch
she's
it right
naked.
now.
But she's invisible. But she's still naked, because she has to be naked to be invisible. And you get the idea that at the beginning they show that she knows the Demon King, that he gave her some sort of dove ring or something like that when she was a little orphan herself.
Of course.
And so now whenever she gets naked, she immediately starts throwing off all her clothes so that she can actually run away unseen, but she refuses to take off little dove things. You see her all episode long with this just little floating dove ring going places and beating him up when he looks at people's pants.
Nice. Nice. What about the Yuki clone?
You love her and you just don't know it. She's a android and she's incredibly sarcastic but very dry.
Okay.
Like, I mean, there's obvious fan service in the
Is
work.
she sarcastic, meta-sarcastic, or is she sarcastic within... Like,
Sarcastic.
Okay.
She says that she has no, emotions or whatever. She's just doing her job. And so he complains, look, I want you to go to sleep because it irritates me when you're sitting over me staring at me all day. All day. And so she's like, okay, I'll go to sleep, and plops down in the bed. And so she starts teasing him. He's like, oh, can't sleep because there's a naked, attractive woman right next to you? Oh, how tough for you. Your life sucks. And he's like, go somewhere else. She's like, okay. So she crawls into like this closet above the closet, this little like tight nook. And she's like, I'm going to go to sleep now.
That does sound funnier than I was kind of expecting.
And then as soon as he closes his eyes, he notices that she's like staring at him again. He goes, why are you doing that? Because it's fun.
What about the super righteous chick? What's up with her?
She doesn't appear in the episode.
Oh, really?
No.
She doesn't get, like, her clothes torn off and stuff? I mean, I was expecting
She's
that
still
to be
naked
a-
at some point, but she doesn't get her clothes flung off.
Okay, so she does appear.
At the very end. She's the conceit of the episode, because the entire idea is that he's trying to make up for having screwed up accidentally.
Everything. Yeah.
And then so he's trying to arrange some sort of clandestine meeting so that he can explain how he's not a jerk.
Nice.
And they have the coolest cell phones in the world. They have like directories for the school that are just like little mini pocketbooks, and it's just a little like hologram thing. You just have to think of the person you want to talk to, and all of a sudden you're like, I want to talk to Gia Manry. It goes, and you close the book, and it glows, and you hold it to your ear, and then their book glows.
See,
and then
I
you
think that's the
telepathy.
next tablet PC. That's the tablet iPhone.
And then you think to the person.
It's a double tablet. It's a double iPad.
Because it makes everything better. Dong. We have
Dong.
dong
There's
this
dong.
episode.
Is
Not
it
just no. It's
Oh.
eaten by one of those little censored things.
Okay, yeah.
But the android.
But
has
if you
to-
buy the DVD set, you can get plenty of dong.
the android has to follow him around 24 hours a day, every day of the week. She's like a government installed thing.
Sure.
And so she follows him into the bathroom, and while he's on like the psychic cell phone, she's like just walking around looking at people's dongs. She's like, and it's pretty amusing. Although the one part I was like, really, guys, is because he has to get away from her, and you find out that all super hyper realistic androids have an off switch. You want to know what that off switch is? You get 3 guesses.
I think I know where it is.
You can keep going now. Come on.
Would you actually want me to guess?
Yeah. Actually, why don't you guess?
I would kind of assume that it's like Chobits and it's in the bathroom.
Nah. It's her tail, because she has a tail that you can't see. She has a little fluffy bunny tail, and you have to pull on her bunny tail, and this hyper-advanced robot made by the government, a government-made robot, has a bunny tail.
That's what I would want my government to make.
And then it pulls like a reptile, you're like... And all of a sudden...
Okay, that's a little weird. You have to wind her up.
And then it pops back into place. Yeah, much more fan service in the first one.
More fan service in the
Yeah, it was more fan service in the first one. I still have to say I'm still enjoying it. I actually found, once again, 2 or 3 moments that I earnestly laughed at.
Alright, well, I guess I need to go check it out and see how much John is exaggerating.
And I need to go check out Hero Man and see how wrong you are.
Do back in next time.